Like those before us, we all have to carry the burden. Lottie, mysterious being. When Lottie was 18, she had 2 children. It was hard to feed them. She was only working part-time. And she had little welfare benefits. She really didn't want to have to be on welfare, but that was what she needed to do when she had the babies before she was supposed to, according to her plan. She had planned not to have any children until age 30 after she was a doctor and had a really great big mansion with everything in it. But since the plan had changed through nature, she had to work full part-time and be on a little welfare, general relief. $70 a month for food stamps, $359 a month for money, and whatever she could get on the side for babysitting. It had come down to just babysitting now because she was in the house instead of going out to work since she had the babies. She had her grandmother to babysit, but she just grew tired of having her grandma babysit because she had many grandchildren. And she also still had her own children at home. So Lottie felt bad about having grandma continue to babysit. So she just stayed home and babysat for other people. $5 an hour, $5 a day, whatever she could get. Or even if they just brought their babies and brought the dinner for the night, then at least Lottie and her children could eat. During that time, of course, 18 is not grown as most grown kids think it is. It's legal, but it's not grown as far as maturity. During that time, Lottie had many deep feelings of guilt because she was having a hard time taking care of the children, her own children. So she felt like somehow she really did a bad, sinful thing, according to the fact that her religious background, her family was very religious, and one of the strictest religions of all. We won't say the word. We won't name it. But Lottie felt really guilty and sinful. She wasn't married. Her kids weren't legal. She was having a hard time taking care of the children as far as food. Not to take care of them, but as far as they ate every day, but she was worried. She was worried. It's the difference between having caviar and fish, is what it means. Lottie, there was always something to eat, but it wasn't what she imagined. It wasn't what she dreamed of. She didn't dream that she would have rice 3 times a week. She didn't dream she would have to have macaroni and cheese 3 times a week. She dreamed of much more. So in her mind, the kids were hungry. One day, she had some cousins and some friends over, and they were having a great time. Everybody was having a really good time. Laughing, playing, joking. And all of a sudden, one of the cousins, they were wrestling with Lottie. She still liked to wrestle like a big kid. They were all big kids who claimed to be grown. And while they were wrestling, she got choked. And the person didn't know that they were choking her too hard. And Lottie was laughing so hard out of the fun they were having. She was laughing too hard to say, "I can't breathe." She wanted to say, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." Inside of her, she kept screaming, "I can't breathe." On the outside, she looked to appear to be still laughing, but She wasn't making any sound anymore because she was actually being choked to death and nobody knew it. Lottie ended up on the floor. She didn't remember that part. She just knew that everything went black. Everything went dark. And when her consciousness was aware, she was inside of a bright, bright light. Brighter than any light bulb. Different kind of light. Pure light. Full of love and happiness. And nothing but instrumental music. Beautiful music. Music that doesn't sound like any love songs or sad songs or anything like that, but just beautiful, like orchestra symphony music. In between. More beautiful than that. So wonderful. She was being pulled up slowly as she danced around in the circle, going towards the light, going up and up and up, and just feeling so much joy, and not remembering anything about this planet, not remembering any children, any problems, any relatives, any sickness, nothing, no bills, no sin, no right, no wrong. Just love, pure and better and bigger than any love that could ever be felt on your best day on this planet. And suddenly, after what felt like only a few seconds, she felt a huge hand grab the center of her back gently and pull her down fast. So fast, shoom, like a vacuum sucking something up. But it was pulling her down, shoom. And with that, she opens her eyes. She notices she's on the floor. She tries to lift her head. She has this enormous pain in her head. Like just something just smashed her head, her brain. And she lays back down because it's that bad. And in a few more minutes, she lifts her head slowly. She's like, oh, my head hurts. What happened? Everyone's backing away from her, trying to get away as fast as they can from her, screaming, you were dead. You were dead. We did everything. You've been dead for 45 minutes. You were not breathing. Your heart was not beating. You were not breathing. We slapped you. We shook you. We tried everything to get you up. For 45 minutes, we were trying to figure out where to put your body. Because we were afraid to call the ambulance. They would blame us. They wouldn't believe us that it was an accident. And Lottie says, really? And she laughed. And she said, oh, I remember now. I remember now. The light. The light. There was a beautiful light. And she gets on her knees. And she puts her hands up and she screams, come back. Come and get me. Why did you leave me? Bring me back here. Come and get me off this planet. Why do you bring me back here? This is hell here. Oh no, this is the hell is here. Take me back. Bring me back. Can my kids come? Bring me back. She gets no answer, no response. And she sees no light. All she sees is the ceiling. And all these people who are afraid of her, screaming that she was dead. You were dead. Don't touch me. Don't come near me. No, she's up now. I'm leaving. I gotta go home. I'm getting out of here. What's wrong with her? Why did she get up? She was dead. Nobody thought, oh, God brought her back. It's a miracle. It's really funny that nobody thought of that. And all of them were taught religion. All of them had been to church. All of them knew about miracles. All of them knew about the Almighty God. But none of them thought about that or believed it at that moment. Lottie was happy and sad at the same time. She was happy because she had found out that what she had been taught was wrong and that she wasn't going to hell that day. She was going straight to heaven. Part of her worries, other than bills, was the fact that she was going to hell for having children out of wedlock and all these other things. And she found out that God loved her so much that none of that mattered, the way the humans said that it did. That was the most glorious part. The phone rang. It was her little sister Teresa. She was about 6 years old. The other sister and brother were about 10 and 11. Lottie says, "What's the matter?" Her little sister Teresa says, Mommy, she's been screaming and crying. She was crying and screaming. She's not crying now, but she was crying for a long time. And the preacher came over and he prayed with Mommy, and he said he felt like he was going to have to go to a funeral. And Mommy, she was so upset and she didn't know why. And Lottie began to laugh because it was proof that what she had been through was real. But she knew that it was real. Her mother felt it also. Her mother had no idea that Lottie had been choked and stopped breathing for 45 minutes. Her mother didn't know anything about that. But yet she felt it on the inside. And she broke down on the floor. It almost had a nervous breakdown, and her sisters and brothers were also feeling it. Something was horribly wrong. The pastor calmed Lottie's mother down and her sisters and brothers. And Lottie began to tell Teresa and her other sister and brother what happened, and to tell her mom about it. And then once the story was told, everybody understood. It was quite unbelievable, but believable when you had faith and you know what you've been taught about miracles. And it's not even quite about religion. It's just something that really happened, that's been taught that it could always happen, that these things can happen. Because the Almighty, He made the planets. Of course, He can bring one little human back to life with no problem. It was a glorious night. It was glorious and sad at the same time when Lottie thought about how she almost lost her. She almost left here and for good and left her children behind. Peace, love, and light.